Lani Alo. And it's a qualifying match for the NJPW Tamashii Tag Team Champions. And our referee in charge, Lloyd Morgan.
Hello everybody and welcome to Mangere, the gateway to the Pacific, and tonight the site of the genesis of a new chapter for New Japan Tamashii. By the end of the evening, we will have crowned the first ever Tamashii Tag Team Champions. Devin and Cam Corbin with you from ringside all night long. Cam, finally it's here. History in the making. It all goes down tonight. Tamashii tag team titles will be decided.
Absolutely, David. When you think of tag team and the words New Zealand, you think of people like the Sheep Herders, aka the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, Rip Morgan. You think of the work that Fale has done in New Japan with the Bullet Club and now the House of Torture. You think of Hinare with his work with the United Empire. Tonight, another team gets to add to that legacy, and this is where it all starts. Trying to get my hearing back, David, after that huge ovation for the Pretty Boys here to start it off.
There is nothing quite like being in the room when the Pretty Boys make their way to the ring. Of course, a big opportunity for all four men in this matchup, but especially for Finn Grant, who just 24 hours ago, Cam, was not even scheduled to be part of this tournament, now finds himself in contention to be one half of the first ever Tamashii Tag Team Champions.
Absolutely. It's been a long time since we've seen Finn Grant in the ring here in a Tamashii event. Has been absent for a little while now. Not originally Sean's original tag team partner, but has a long history with Sean nonetheless. We'll be looking to make a strong impact here tonight.
And you talk about a history when it comes to professional wrestling. The man currently legal in the ring, Sean Tohi, the nephew of the legendary King Haku, a man who has held a number of tag team championships over the course of his legendary career. Is tonight the night that Tohi can add to the family legacy and take home Tamashii gold?
Well, first he's got to get through the man that he stands across the ring from, which is Magic Mark Tui. And Sean's decided he doesn't want any of it at the current time. Finn, very eager to start off this match.
As you said, Cam, a long time between drinks in terms of Tamashii events for Finn. He's here, he's ready to make a statement. When Sean Tohi needed a partner, Finn was the first one to put up his hand to answer the call. He is ready for this opportunity, and now it's game time.
Now this is what Finn Grant is all about. He's loud, he's arrogant. He knows how to back it up though. He's in fantastic shape.
And he has just experienced the power of Magic Mark firsthand. And something tells me from the look on Finn Grant's face, he was not ready for everything that Mark Tui brings to the ring.
Absolutely not. I've known Mark for many, many years. I've spoken about it previously. This is easily the most comfortable I've ever seen Mark in the ring. He feels the energy every time he steps in, as you saw with that ovation. When the Pretty Boys stepped out, you have to believe that the Pretty Boys are one of the favourites to become the inaugural tag team champions here tonight.
And how fitting when we talk about that evolution of Magic Mark. He was a part of the first Tamashii card, wrestled a tag team matchup in the opening matchup. Tonight he finds himself in the opening here of Tamashii Cold War with a chance to go all the way through to our main event and take home the Tamashii Tag Team Championships as Sean Tohi backs Magic Mark to the corner and immediately Finn Grant putting the boots to the midsection.
Yeah, right there you see the early teamwork that Sean and Finn know. Sean pushing Mark to the corners, Finn going straight to work on the ribs.
And that shot may have been a little bit lower than the ribs. Magic Mark swinging wildly. Tohi catches him with a headlock.
Now when it comes to experience, the Pretty Boys have a bit of an edge over their opponents here tonight. They do give up a little bit of height advantage, though many people do when it comes to Sean. Big clash in the middle of the ring right there.
And Sean wants to see the power of Magic Mark.
Right here, this is why they say the strong style of Japan meets the fighting spirit of the South Pacific. That's what it's all about right there!
Very quickly into the cover goes Tohi. Magic Mark gets the shoulder up at 2.
Referee Lloyd in perfect position to see Mark's shoulders. We've already seen a couple of early tag in, tag outs from Sean and Finn. Does Mark perhaps look to tag in his tag team partner, Big Rich?
Mark's starting to look worse for wear now as he makes his way towards a neutral corner, trying to create some space between himself and Finn, who has been putting the boots to Mark on the outside, really bending the rules here in the early going, but now it's Tohi in the driver's seat, sending Magic Mark across the ring. No, there's a reversal of the Irish whip.
Oh my goodness!
Mark rushes into the back elbow. Tohi trying for a roll-up.
Tohi's got the right idea, but I think he's just got the wrong opponent.
Magic Mark with a handful of hair.
Oh, big knee to the forehead. And here comes Pretty Richie.
Finn Grant knocked from the apron. Now the Pretty Boys have the opportunity to get the work done.
Oh my goodness.
5 minutes.
Tohi gets the shoulder up, and again. And a count of 2 right on the 5-minute mark of this contest.
Very nonchalant cover here from Pretty Rich. You'd imagine he'd want to use his large frame to put that extra weight on, but he felt the damage was done to Sean, but that was not the case.
Nevertheless, though, returning to the pin time and time again, making Sean expend that energy, kicking out not once, but 3 separate times off the one maneuver. And now Pretty Rich putting that power to work with a knife edge chop in the corner. Here comes another.
It's driving the wind out of Sean Tohi here. Wearing the big man down.
Finn Grant with some motivational advice from the corner there. Stand up, Sean. 2 feet together, one in front of the other. Bit by bit, Sean Tohi makes his way back to a vertical base. Oh, and he may wish he had stayed down! Authoritative scoop slam into the cover, and Grant breaking it up. He thought for sure that was enough to put Tohi away.
And you see Finn there immediately putting a little jab into the back of Pretty Rich to break up the cover. Maybe not necessary, but he'll take any chance he can to just nag away at his opponents. That's what Finn Grant is all about.
Finn Grant not afraid to get into it with the members of the audience here as well. Meanwhile, back in centre ring, Sean Tohi brought down to one knee. Pretty Richie firing away with a series of forearms, but Tohi already back to his feet, blocks the shot. There's a forearm and a chop of his own.
Now Sean's got to keep this momentum going to take Pretty Rich down. He's building a good head of steam here.
Massive lariat staggers Pretty Richie, but does not take him from his feet.
Ducks the shot.
And again.
Big shot from Sean, puts a big man down. Big splash in the corner from Tohi.
Lining up another, and he connects again. Pretty Rich on wobbly legs.
Oh my goodness, Samoan drop.
Out of nowhere, Richie with the counter. Using Tohi's momentum against him for that Samoan drop. And now into the cover. Tohi kicking out.
I don't know if our cameras recorded, but Finn Grant's off in the crowd. He thought it was all done.
And Grant needs to make his way back to the corner. Tohi's in a world of trouble. He needs to make a tag at this point. And his partner is not there. Meanwhile, the Pretty Boys working like a well-oiled machine. In comes Magic Mark.
Tohi's crawling to the cover. Finn wants no part of it. Magic Mark looking for that Uranagi slam.
Tohi elbows his way free. Off the ropes, building momentum.
Oh my goodness.
Catches Mark with a modification of the calf kick into the cover. Now is it enough to put down the Pretty Boys? No.
And while this is all happening, you've got Finn Grant standing there making fun of Pretty Rich across the ring. This has been 99% work from Sean Tohi here.
Oh, Tohi may be thinking about the Tohi towel. That spear.
Super kick.
And another. There goes Finn Grant. Tohi, the legal man, now Mark
kick out from Sean.
How did he survive that one?
Sean Tohi's putting in a mammoth effort here. He's been on the attack for his team almost the entire time. Now the Pretty Boys looking to dig deep. This is their Oreo finisher! High and low!
Tohi is down! Tohi is out! The Pretty Boys advance to our main event for the Tamashii Tag Team Championship!
Here's your winners, and moving on to the tag team
The Pretty Boys punch their ticket to the main event, one step closer to greatness and the first ever Tamashii Tag Team Champions.
Okay, so the winners of this match coming up here is going to face the Pretty Boys in the main event. Okay, so we've already got one half of our main event figured out. Alright? The following contest is a qualifying match for the Tag Team Championships, scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. And our referee in charge, Morgan. Introducing first, heading up in the corner, the team of Yuko, Nakashima, and Oscar Oiba, the Young
the matchup we've got here, David. Two teams that absolutely love to fight, not afraid to get down and dirty and brawl with the best of them.
They may be seconds away from brawling here before the bell officially sounds. Things getting mighty physical.
Referee Lloyd's going to have a hard time separating these two teams from the get-go.
Things breaking down in a hurry at Tamashii Cold War. There we go, the bell sounds to make this one official. We know the Pretty Boys, one half of our main event. Who will be joining them? The Ungrateful Ones or Youngblood? We're about to find out.
Well, this matchup right here, this is not just about a chance to become the inaugural tag team champions. This is about national pride. You've got two Kiwi boys, the Ungrateful Ones, taking on the man Oscar, based from Germany, as well as his Japanese tag team partner. You've got three different nations who love to fight. Let them fight.
And fight they shall. Oscar putting the boots to Trent Hooper, the legal man on the Ungrateful Ones side. Quickly introducing Hooper to enemy territory, throwing his cigarette at TJ Isles. As Yuto Nakashima goes to work in the corner, referee Lloyd Morgan's distracted by TJ, and Youngblood all over Hooper.
Yuto and Oscar showcasing exactly why they've been so successful, not only here in New Zealand, but overseas as well, especially in Japan, where they've taken on some of the best tag teams in the world.
Youngblood have been making a name for themselves worldwide. Wrestled in the prestigious York Hall in London, England. Wrestled in the legendary Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. And tonight, the Mangere Arts Centre may join that illustrious list of prestigious venues as it hosts the Tamashii Tag Team Championship main event. And Youngblood 1 second away from punching their ticket to the final.
Early 2 count in this matchup. Yuto working very early on the digits and the arm there of Trent Hooper. And Oscar looks to continue their work right now.
And this is a bad spot for Hooper to be in very early on. Youngblood making a beeline for that left arm.
Yuto loves to wear down body parts. He loves to just cause those little nagging injuries that makes the rest of the match so difficult for his opponent.
And obviously neither team can afford to overlook the other as they think about the main event. But if the Ungrateful Ones were to win here, if Trent Hooper were to make it to the final with an injured arm, he'd be easy picking for the Pretty Boys.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Yuto with an eye rake. We've seen him utilise that here in Tamashii previously.
And now Lloyd Morgan distracted again as Oscar with an illegal choke and going back to that left arm.
Yeah, he's fighting the arm! Oscar takes no prisoners at all. Referee Lloyd.
There are teeth marks in the bicep of Trent Hooper. And now Yuto to the cover.
Now Yuta almost with that Kimura lock there.
And note that happened for the moment that Trent Hooper was pinned. He kicked out, and in throwing his shoulder off the mat, he threw his shoulder into position for the submission.
Oscar and Yuta obviously came here with a game plan, and so far is working a treat, wearing down Trent Hooper. And Mangere is trying to will him back into this one.
And it's a game plan that has worked a great deal for them in the past since returning to New Zealand. Youngblood in singles and in tag team competition have gone undefeated. Is tonight the night they go all the way?
Trent Hooper fighting back. He's got some guts on him, this kid. You can see the left arm coming into play there.
Hooper struggling, cannot get a grip with that left arm.
TJ so far a non-factor in this matchup. Will be desperate to get in. Hooper's got him up and down!
Incredible power from Hooper on the power slam creates some distance between himself and the Youngblood corner. Is this the moment for Hooper to make his way to the Ungrateful Ones red corner to make the tag to bring in TJ Isles?
TJ is desperate to get into this matchup. He is begging, willing Trent to make that tag. And here we go.
Make that tag he does. In comes Isles immediately knocking Oscar off the apron and now bringing the fight to Nakashima.
Ball of fire is the young man, TJ. putting the head of momentum here, whipped into the corner.
Avoids the splash from Nakashima, answers with a back elbow of his own. Here we go, Isles putting some momentum together.
Big shot from Yuto.
That power slam from Isles, beautiful impact and immediately into the cover.
Oh! Was that, referee Lloyd says that was a 2, that was the closest 2 I've seen in a long time.
And look at the elevation on that drop kick, Cam, for TJ to get all the way up to the chin of Oscar.
Well, Oscar's pretty much 7 feet tall. That's an impressive jumping base there from TJ.
Meanwhile, back in the ring, an eye rake saves Nakashima from the fireman's carry position.
Oh my goodness.
And Isles smashed to the mat with the back of his head.
Youngblood, famous for their aggressive take no prisoners style. We've seen it on display right here, keeping their man pinned down. Oh! And here goes Yuto. This is a man who applied to become part of the New Japan Dojo 3 times over, and 3 times he was declined. It wasn't until he trained at the Fale Dojo here in Auckland, New Zealand, that he was finally accepted into the New Japan Dojo over in Japan, where he honed his craft to a T.
Fighting his mark time and time again with those shots in the corner. Nowhere for Isles to go. Is this enough to advance? The Ungrateful One gets his shoulder up.
You can see neither tag team partner is in either corner right now. Oscar and Trent have not been spotted for at least a good couple of minutes at this point.
Look out, knees to the back of the head somehow. Isles gets his shoulder up again, but those were some nasty, nasty ground and pound shots, unprotected to the back of the head. They're banned in mixed martial arts for a reason, but legal in the professional wrestling ring.
Yuto with something big in mind here, going for that big knee. Misses! Trent misses the drop kick.
Kitchen sink knee finds its mark though.
Yuto is so unfazed, like he almost expects this from his opponent.
Slide up the back.
Oh, big knee shot.
Nakashima is dazed. Isles looking to follow up.
Fireman's carry, what do we got here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Another close 2 count.
Only a 2 count. And now Isles makes the tag. In comes Trent Hooper. One bad arm, but it does not matter.
The Ungrateful Ones in firm control for probably the first time in this matchup. Here's some of that double teamwork that's made the Ungrateful Ones so successful here in New Zealand.
Beautiful combinations, each and every one connecting, and now here comes the big German, Oscar Liger.
Oscar's not the legal man right now. He's got to get out of there. Referee Lloyd has got a handful on him right now. Uh-oh.
Latched around the throat of Hooper.
Oh, super kick.
Oscar couldn't block the shot, but now he's got both men by the throat.
Boozled.
The Ungrateful Ones break free. Duck the shot.
Stereo drop kicks.
Oscar is staggered.
Oh my goodness! TJ just taking out the big man. Trent's got to take this time. He's got to capitalize. He's got him hooked. Pump handle bomb. Oh my goodness!
Yuto Nakashima kicking out of the pump handle bomb. Trent Hooper can't believe it. He may have done even more damage to his own arm, getting Nakashima up for that move.
You got to think that Hooper maybe because of that arm didn't get him up as far as he could have. The wear and tear showing on Trent Hooper's face. Trent's trying to will him up.
Rapid fire elbows from Nakashima, breaks free, and another to the left arm again. Oh, roundhouse kick! Hooper swinging wildly. Connects with a left arm lariat.
Trent is digging deep here. His arm has got to be in such pain right now.
Palm strike, knife edge chop, forearm to the face. Hooper giving it
Oh
all.
my goodness! Hooper's out on his feet!
Not even on his feet anymore, Cam. He got dropped with that roundhouse kick. And Nakashima is not done.
Yuta smells blood in the water. This could be it. Oh my God! How is Hooper doing this?
Unmeasurable levels of resilience from Trent Hooper as we approach the 10-minute mark in this contest.
Hooper dodges the knee. Where is Hooper finding this?
A last burst of adrenaline from Hooper. He's giving it all. Backside here from Hooper. No.
Rolls out.
When the Tamashii tag team titles and a spot in the final are on the line, you cannot afford to leave anything in the tank. O'Connor roll.
Oh my goodness, referee Lloyd, how many times are you going to tease us? Hooper's got him up. Uranagi backbreaker into the pin. Oscar just breaks it up. Whoever wins this match will have earned their spot, David Dunn, without a doubt.
But how will they be able to recover in time for the main event? These two teams are battering each other and mugging it.
Oh my goodness! Referee Lloyd's lost all control of this.
Meanwhile, Youngblood have control of Trent Hooper. He's all alone in the ring with the two.
Oh my!
Assisted powerbomb into the cover.
TJ breaks it up now.
Isles makes the save for his partner. The Ungrateful one still in this one.
Oscar took his eyes off the ball for 1 second and that's all TJ needed. TJ looking for a stunner.
Finds himself caught in a sleeper instead. Oh, the Berlin fall on the big German. Oscar Leuber taking out Isles. Clearing the ring.
The two legal men left.
Face first for the Gourd Buster.
Bang! Boom! Youngblood advance!
Here's your winners, and moving on to the tag team final,
rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for they self in his limb, we be gunning and keep the show crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to. I can see it inside your face and in that place. Just get that whole life and stuff. Speak the whole life, you're all up in the game and don't slip to be a player. But when you have to call your name and the truth evaporate. But good shots to make you levitate. Only 19, but my mind is open when the things happen. My turns crumble up, it gets 6. Another spark is 2. Another spark, spark in your mind. All these yellow back niggas, while they still alive, I don't know. Go figure me out. That's the foundation of my life. I put the truth better location where the stuff penetrate. Feel the burning sensation, getting closer to God. In a tight situation now. Take these words home and dig it through. On the next one. Scared to die, scared to love this shit. This ain't no such thing as halfway across. Scared to die, scared to love like that. The woman is waiting for the truth. Get shot like that. Y'all want to run that shit up,
David Dunn, we have our main event set. Youngblood taking on the Pretty Boys. both teams worthy of becoming champion, but only one will walk out tonight with the belt.
I see this all the time and I'm always still like, wow.
Alright, this isn't a Q&A box.
This isn't a Q&A box.
Before we contest, the schedule for one contest with a 30-minute time limit. And our referee in charge, Dan Wood.
From the Church of the Divine Light, the Divine Savior, James Shaw!
Ovation for Kurt Brown, although that is often the case for whoever steps in the ring against the Divine Saviour, James Shaw.
Absolutely, this is going to be a heck of a matchup. The young Kurt Brown, he's so impressive every time I've seen him in this ring. Tonight he has a heck of a challenge going against arguably the most prolific championship winner in New Zealand wrestling history.
Some 38 national championships held up and down the country over the course of the career for James Shaw. But crucially, since the last time we saw Shaw in a Tamashii ring, no longer holding the Impact Pro Wrestling or Aotearoa heavyweight championships. Does that make James Shaw the most beatable he's been in years? Or does that make James Shaw the most dangerous, vicious, and most out to prove a point that we have seen in years?
Well, James Shaw usually pre-match starts off with some kind of positive sermon. His face tonight says different. He's in an aggressive mood. Arguably one of the best performers this country has ever produced. Kurt Brown has got a mountain to climb tonight, but I'm sure that the young man is very game for it. so unusual to see James Shaw come out without gold, some kind of belt or championship adorning his shoulders. He seems almost naked in this ring right now. See Kurt trying to push James. James is not moving.
Brown getting a distinct sense of the power of James Shaw. Over the course of the last year, Shaw has lost 10 kilograms in weight, but has maintained the muscle, has maintained the power, has maintained the strength. This is the best shape of his career, and this is a real problem for Kurt Brown, who thinks better of the lockup, goes behind, gets the headlock now.
Now we've seen Kurt Brown and Tamashii before, usually in tag team matches. He's such an impressive young man, a lot of explosive power. There's no slouch in the ring. He's got the cardio to go with it as well. He's going to need every inch of that tonight if he hopes to topple James Shaw, who's thus far undefeated in Tamashii.
A phenomenal record amassed by James Shaw. Kurt Brown is going to have to earn it, going toe-to-toe with the Divine Saviour, who right now is all over Brown in the corner. Nowhere for Kurt to go.
Shaw sends Brown corner to corner.
The impact of that Irish whip. Brown colliding with the turnbuckle covers and immediately falling face first. And look at this, Shaw jaw-jacking with members of Kurt Brown's entourage.
Look at this, Shaw just looks so angry tonight. Usually he comes out, big smile on his face, ready, oh my goodness, ready to spread the word of the divine light. Tonight we saw none of that. He came out, he looked angry, aggressive.
Shaw with a point to prove and proving it right now to Brown's associates at ringside.
He's got to ignore the PR team of Kurt Brown that are often ringside with him.
Oh, Brown with a double leg.
Brown looking for that sharpshooter. He's used that in the past to great success. Oh my goodness.
The powerful legs of James Shaw pressing Kurt Brown into the sky, breaking free of that submission.
You could see Brown's chest beginning to welt over already. Angry red.
And both men now trading shots in the middle of the ring. Brown ducked the shot from Shaw, setting up for a suplex.
Oh. Brown's got to dig a little deeper.
Reversal from James Shaw, drops Kurt Brown face first.
Shaw clearly feeling in complete control here. Oh my goodness.
Driving his heel into the lower back of Brown. Now applying a chin lock, the knee driven deep into the spine.
Now this is what we've seen James Shaw adapt in recent years, David. A slow, methodical picking apart of his opponents. It's worked tremendously well to his benefit. Will it work again here tonight in Mangere?
This capacity Mangere crowd doing their best to rally behind Kurt Brown, help him back to his feet, but James Shaw, a mat return courtesy of a handful of hair. And Shaw again signalling to... Kurt Brown's entourage perhaps not getting the viral footage they had hoped to record tonight.
James Shaw is many things. He's not an idiot, however. He knows we're in Mangere. He knows we're in front of a bunch of sinners, and maybe he's right.
And now looking to finish Brown in position for the Divine Valley Driver. Brown elbows his way free.
Double leg again.
We believe looking for a sharpshooter. Shaw has to be careful to keep the shoulders off the mat.
Brown looks like he might have it ready. Looking to turn Shaw over onto his stomach for the sharpshooter.
Unsuccessful turning to the left. Perhaps he can turn to the right.
Shaw's got to be very careful. His shoulders do not hit the mat. Referee Dan Wood in great position. Oh my goodness.
James Shaw able to use his lower body, that strength again, kicking out of the first sharpshooter attempt, and that time making Brown tumble towards the corner.
Shaw has had an answer for everything Kurt Brown's thrown his way so far in this matchup. Great uppercut from Brown.
Eagle Lariat follows up, and another!
Oh my God.
Takes down the 38-time champion. Kurt Brown is feeling it here.
You feel it, David. The momentum's just starting to shift little by little. Beautiful delayed suplex from Kurt Brown into the cover.
Shaw kicks out of the delayed vertical suplex, but things starting to go more the way of Team Kurt Brown.
Kurt's got to dig deep, looking for the sharpshooter for a third time. He almost had it in. Will he be able to turn Shaw over this time and lock in the submission fully?
Margaret wants to see it. Brown
Sharpshooter! Sharpshooter!
6 down.
That is in deep. Referee Dan right in the face.
James Shaw in a lot of trouble. What a viral moment this would be if Kurt Brown can tap out the Divine Saviour.
Oh, look at the power of James Shaw. Managing to get himself up to his elbows. He's crawling for the ropes.
Inching his way closer and closer, but this is a big, big ring here in Tamashii, and Shaw now really thinking about tapping out. The pain must be so immense. The sharpshooter locked in.
Only divine intervention will save James Shaw right now. How does James Shaw get to the rope?
Shaw digging deep, crawls his way to the bottom rope, forces Kurt Brown to release the hold, but what damage has been done by the sharpshooter?
It took 3 attempts to lock it in. Maybe a 4th is what's needed.
Brown lining something up, retreating to the corner. The pain of that sharpshooter still etched on the face of James Shaw.
Oh my goodness, what a cutoff!
Anti-air clothesline from Shaw.
Oh no.
Things about to go from bad to worse for Brown! Crucifix powerbomb.
Shaw's not done, he's not even going for the cover. He wants to make a statement, put an exclamation on this.
An exclamation he does with the Divine Valley Driver in the center of the ring. Good night, Kurt Brown.
Here's your winner, the Divine One, James Shaw. Now you guys thought I was going to say, wow. No. Incredible. I googled that. The following contest is a 6-man tag match. Season 4, 1-4. With a 30-minute time limit. And our referee in charge, Dan Wood. In the red corner, the team of Dorian, Horus, and Soni,
Oh my goodness, off to a quick start here for this one, David Dunn.
The wrestling world still reeling from when Bad Luck Fale became Don Fale, defecting from the Bullet Club to the House of Torture. And Cam, one thing's for certain, when the House of Torture's involved, it's always house rules, and the house always wins.
Absolutely, David. You take Don Fale, you take someone with the experience and brutality of Liger, you team that up with the brains and athleticism of someone like Maximillion, and you might be looking at the most dangerous 3-man squad in all of Oceania.
But never mind 3 men, Soni Topou, a 1-man wrecking crew, running right through the Devil's Advocate with a shoulder block right there. This one a highly explosive 6-man tag team matchup. And Topou for the first cover of the matchup earns himself a 1 count.
Fale, Liger and Maximillion starting things off quickly, trying to blindside their opponents, but it's turned around very quickly early in this matchup. Soni, those are very expensive. Be careful with those.
Don Fale snagging the leg on the outside, and now Maximillion able to capitalise on the distraction.
Fale directing traffic from ringside. Doesn't even need to be on the apron. That's how effective this man is.
Introducing Soni Topou to the apron head first. Now Topou takes a walk with the Don.
Soni needs to look to his two tag team partners for help. Horus and Dorian Weber, both former champions within New Zealand of their own rights. Both Tamashii regulars as well.
But Soni's a long, long way from either Weber or Horus.
Weber and Horus looking on into
Look
dismay.
out, cover here. And Maximillion immediately dragging the body of Topou directly to the blue corner, making the tag to Liger, making sure that Soni is a long way away from his tag team partners as Liger hits him with a scoop slam, follows up with a snap elbow drop.
Soni Tupou's not a small man, and Liger just picked him up and dumped him with ease.
Earns a 2 count for his troubles.
For those of you unfamiliar with Liger, he's one of the most famous figures on the New Zealand scene. Absolute powerhouse, a very dangerous competitor.
Born and raised on the mean streets of Mangere as well, which may speak to this crowd reaction.
Oh my goodness! Topou needs to make... Do we have a translator on hand, David?
I think it's best we don't translate that one. Now Don Fale with the blind tag on the back of Liger.
Now you want to talk about tag team wrestling. This man, Fale, is one of the most prolific tag teams of all time. The Bullet Club, one of the OG members.
Former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Extremely proficient.
This is the man who once beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Is now surfboarding on Soni Topou here in Mangere.
Giving Topou a trip to the Tongan massage parlour, immediately into the cover. And Topou able to get the shoulder off the canvas, but the damage has been done to the lower back.
Soni's got to make a tag here. He's got to get one of his teammates in. Dorian Weber, Horus, both very athletic, very fantastic competitors. They haven't had a chance to show that off yet.
Both in the corner, arms outstretched. Maximillion thinking scissor kick.
He's used that scissor kick to great success in the past here in Tamashii.
Fall away slam from Topou, but now Maximillion closer to the red corner. Topou closer to the blue corner. Both of these men need to make their way to their partners. Can either do it?
Horus and Weber willing Soni to the corner. The crowd wants Horus in. And here comes the Duke.
Horus and Liger, your legal men.
Horus and Liger, no strangers to each other.
That's right, regulars of Impact Pro Wrestling here at Auckland. These two have thrown down time and time again. Why not once more here at Tamashii Cold War? Liger misses a splash in the corner, and Horus
Oh my goodness!
answers with a Busaiku knee, rearranging the facial features of Liger. It's lucky he wears that mask.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Horus needs to be careful here, drawing the ire of someone like Fale. Oh my god! Horus looking for the 3 Dukes.
Mangere right there with him as a second connects to the Smash Mouth Samoan. Liger dragged back up to a vertical base. Horus adjusting the grip.
Weber tagged in. What are we going to see here? A tag team move? No. Oh my goodness! Psycho suplex, one of Liger's signature maneuvers there. Meteora!
Weber, the legal man, connects with the Meteora. Maximillion comes in to cut off his momentum with a DDT.
The Meteor has been so effective for Dorian Weber. He wasn't even he's the legal man. He's in there now. He doesn't even know what's happening. Topou dumped outside.
Hard landing on the apron and then down to the floor for Soni Topou as we try to get some order back in this matchup. Maximillion making the tag to Liger. Here we go. Weber goes low, takes out the legs.
Oh my goodness. Caught him.
Foot right to the face.
Weber's starting to feel that change in momentum now. Oh my God.
The Faymaster from Dorian Weber. Maximillion survives the impact.
Maximillion's such a crafty competitor. He's got to get his way to his corner, get one of the powerhouses in to really deal some damage to Weber.
And Maximillion raking the eyes. Weber's blinded there, cannot see to block the neck breaker.
Oh my goodness.
On instinct alone, Weber kicking out. Still trying to get some vision back after that thumb to the eye allowed Maximillion to capitalise with a neck breaker, but now Weber doubled over. Maximillion off the ropes.
Scissors kick.
The heel to the back of the head. Weber is down. Is he out? Uchi Road for Maximillion picking up the win for his three-man side.
Here's your winners, the team of Maximillion, Liger, and Deon. Fale.
Shut the hell up! I'm not telling you to say.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. And our referee in charge, Dan Horton. And as the opponent in the ring corner, weighing in at 92 kilograms, from Italy, Christchurch, Aotearoa, Toothless, Nico
The Tamashii faithful erupting for Toothless Nico Bell. A consistent fan favourite here in Mangere. Matchup underway. This is going to be a great clash of styles. Devin emphasises that European brash, aggressive, brawling style. Comes from an MMA background, loves to mix it up with strikes, submissions. He'll wrap you up faster than you blink.
A little over 2 years ago, early 2023, Kian Devin packed up everything he knew, left it behind in Ireland, moved out here to the New Zealand dojo to dedicate himself to the craft of professional wrestling. Ever since, he has been looking for a platform to truly showcase his skills, and tonight, with perhaps the most people watching in regard to the Tag Team Championship, there is no better stage to display what you have learnt than this. Kian Devin, one-on-one with Toothless Nico Bell.
Look at the start. What jostling for position. Collar and elbow tie-up. Neither men wanting to give.
And again, right back to the collar and elbow tie-up. Not necessarily pretty, but very effective, and that speaks to the style of Toothless Nico Bell. This is a man who had an epiphany when one of his teeth was knocked out on the ice hockey field. He realised, why not bring that unbridled aggression back to the professional wrestling ring? And ever since, it has been all uphill for Toothless Nico.
David, you and I have seen Nico Bell for years here on the New Zealand circuit. These last few years, he has stepped up his game something tremendously, really becoming a standard bearer, not only for New Zealand wrestling, but specifically within the Fale dojo as well, guiding a lot of this younger talent. He's such a fantastic athlete, and we're going to see here on display how he's leveled up in such a tremendous way.
Talk about that levelling up. Beautiful technique from Nico Bell. Yes, he can throw down in a hockey fight on central ice like the best of them, but boy oh boy is he proficient as a technical grappler as well. Devin got to be careful to avoid having his shoulders down while trapped on the mat in this headlock.
Here's the thing, Devin is comfortable in this position. He's familiar with this. He spent years training to fight on the ground in this position. Short, sharp elbows to the midsection of Nico Bell, breaking the grip.
Devin sent off the ropes. Leapfrogs over.
Nico spins through. Gains control again.
Back at square one for Kian Devin. A very frustrating position to be in.
Devin using all the tricks in his arsenal, trying to grab at Nico's hair there just to get an advantage. Referee Dan Wood in perfect position to see everything happening.
Right on top of those shoulders being down as well, but things starting to get a little bit more gritty with that handful of hair from Kian Devin doing his best to break out of the side headlock. So far, things resembling a good technical professional wrestling match, but the signs are there that this one could devolve into a hockey fight at any given notice.
Yeah, there's definitely some aggression here between these two very competitive athletes. Oh my God!
The impact just about knocked us off our chairs.
Huge back body drop.
Kian Devin in trouble as Nico Bell takes over. And again, the side headlock returns Devin to the mat. Cam, how frustrating must this be? Time and time again, Kian Devin finds his way off the canvas, and time again, Nico Bell finds another way to reintroduce him to the mat.
Devin is such a competitive athlete. This will be grinding his gears. I don't know if this will work necessarily to Nico's benefit or to his detriment, because winding an athlete of the caliber of Kian Devin up may not get the results that you want.
And we saw Devin attempt a fish hook there to try and break out of the side headlock, now able to do so with some shots to the midsection. But so far, it feels as though Devin is wrestling this matchup in more of a similar style to Nico Bell than we had perhaps anticipated, and Nico Bell, for his part, wrestling a match that perhaps more resembles the style of Kian Devin.
Absolutely. The Tamashii faithful here in Mangere trying to get Nico Bell back into this matchup.
5 minutes have elapsed and neither man with a clear advantage so far. Perhaps this is Devin's moment to step into the driver's seat. The shoulder block. Bell with the leapfrog. Beautiful back elbow finds the mark. That could be a way to knock out a tooth of his opponent. Shoulders down, Kian kicks out.
Nico Bell a bit more experienced when it comes to one-on-one matchups on the Tamashii stage. Devin usually a factor in tag team matches here. He'll be looking to prove himself, especially when the eyes of the world are on this event to see who will be crowned our inaugural tag team champions.
And Devin may be having second thoughts. He wanted this showcase, but he did not want a series of right hands right to the jaw.
Referee Dan not really in a rush to get Devin out of the ropes for this one.
And after the pendulum served Devin up time and time again, mercifully he tumbles through the ropes to the outside, finally getting some distance between himself and Nico Bell. Referee Dan Wood begins to count. Of course, this a New Japan Pro Wrestling sanctioned event. Kian Devin will have up to a maximum of 20 before he must return to the ring.
Devin obviously a bit disorientated. It'd be smart for him to use this time wisely to recover.
And hard to blame him being disoriented after those right hands found their mark time and time again. Back on the apron and immediately into harm's way. Mare wants to see the suplex. Nico Bell in a position to give it to them.
Nico's clearly feeling extremely comfortable here.
Devin slips out of the grip though, looking for a waist lock.
What a back elbow from Nico, off the ropes. Hands him high.
Bell dropped throat first over that unforgiving top rope. We call it a rope, Cam, but of course actually under that protective covering, that's a steel cable.
Absolutely, being hung up on the top, that'll drive all the air out of your throat, close that up, make it hard for you to catch your breath and get back into this matchup.
Devin sees damage may have been done, looking for the cover, gets himself a 1 count. Going to have to do a little bit more than that to take down Toothless Nico Bell.
See Devin, he's drinking in this moment. He knows he has eyes on him as a solo competitor. It's such a rare opportunity for him. He's going to take advantage of every second he can. Drink it all in, kid.
It appears the target is clear, the midsection of Toothless Nico Bell. Devin time and time again landing with those shots to the abdomen. And Bell now doing his best to initiate a brawl in the middle of the ring, but one shot from Kian Devin, the decider, covered out. Bell gets the shoulder up, but all the momentum has been sucked away from Toothless Nico Bell. Kian Devin firmly in the driver's seat. How will he capitalise?
Maybe spending too much time jaw-jacking here is Devin. He's got to take the crowd out of this. He knows they're not going to be doing him any favours. He's in there against one of the fan favourites here in Tamashii. He needs to focus on getting the job done and getting Nico's shoulders down for that 3 count.
And Nico focusing on reversing that suplex, finds success with one of his own. Is this the moment for Bell to battle back? Both of these men exhausted, flailing around like fish out of water. Margaret rallying behind Nico Bell. Devin back to his feet with the help of the ropes in the corner. Oh, and Bell looking for a splash. Nobody home. Devin building momentum.
This is where Devin gets so dangerous. He can't let him build this kind of momentum.
A back elbow finds its mark. May have knocked loose another tooth. Earning himself a 2 count for his troubles, but crucially not a 3. Nico Bell still in this one.
Ten minutes.
A physical matchup, 10 minutes and counting.
Both men wearing the scars of this battle. Nico clutching at his neck. We saw Devin doing the same thing just before.
And again, the attack to the midsection. Bell hung up on the top rope. And now Devin dragging Bell away from the ropes for the cover. Wanted to make sure that if Bell was to kick out, he would have to do it forcefully, physically, would not be able to get a rope break. And when the focus has been on the midsection, every one of those kickouts must be absolutely excruciating. Oh!
But this is what has made Nico Bell such a fan favourite, his never give up attitude. He's got such a deep reserve of stamina. He kicks out time and time again. He's a very hard man to keep down. Those who can deserve the win, and Nico makes them work for it, and Devin's having to work for it right here tonight.
Listen to the impact of these roundhouse shots.
Uh-oh.
Bell blocks it.
Uh-oh. Exchanges happening here.
This is the sort of matchup that Nico Bell wanted. Throwing down and centre ice. The gloves are off. Let's have it.
This is that European style that Devin brings, that hard Irish fighting background, mixed with Nico's.
Here we go.
Oh, they're teeing off, David.
It's a hockey fight, well and truly a Cold War.
Nico's looking to get the better. Oh boy. Nico's taking off the tape off his hand.
Nasty back elbow saves Kian Devin in the corner. What an intense exchange of strikes we just witnessed. These two men slugging it out.
These two men are going to have to dig deep into the playbook to pull out a win in this one. Neither of them giving an inch. Now this is unusual from Devin. We never see him go up high.
Oh! Massive power in that shot. Anti-air from Toothless Nico, who it appears may have split his lip. Blood pouring from the mouth of Nico Bell.
That's not going to slow this man down. That's just going to motivate him. You see it right there. Nico Bell is the standard for New Zealand dojo graduates.
Bulldog out of the corner from Toothless Nico Bell. Raises a fist in defiance. The taste of his own blood has only exhilarated this young man, who finds his mark, driving the point of the elbow right to the jaw and earning a 2 count for his troubles.
What a warrior is Devin to kick out of that. He got put under a lot of pressure early in this matchup. He managed to turn things around, and just when Nico seems to have it in the bag, Devin manages to pull the shoulder up one more time.
But how much longer can Devin survive as Nico Bell lines up his shot? The Tooth Collector looking to knock some loose here with the toothpick, and Devin avoids.
That huge Claymore kick has been so successful in the past. What a kick to the face. Oh my
2.5, but it was not 3, Cam. Toothless Nico Bell able to kick out after Devin kicked for goal. Just about took Bell's head off with that one.
Oh, Devin is spent. You see him dropping to his knees in frustration there. He's got momentum on his side. He's got Nico lined up for something. Fireman's carry. Looking for that Celtic cross.
Bell with a roll up. Great counter to the Celtic cross. Could not counter the gutbuster. And again, Devin into the cover, hooking the legs.
Oh my goodness, you got to think right now, Nico, he's trying to suck in air. He's trying to breathe and get his composure back. While he's doing that, he's also inhaling all that blood that's trickling in his mouth.
And we saw the blood. We assumed it to be a busted lip. It may be a broken rib. That could be internal bleeding. This matchup has been so physical as we cross the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes remain in this matchup before it goes to a time limit draw. And with the way things have been so physical, there is no chance these two have another 15 in them.
That is a tight sleeper hold that Devin has on. His forearm tucked perfectly right against the throat of Nico Bell. Referee Dan in perfect position. Bell could be out here.
The arm and limp. Dropped twice, once more, and it's over.
Could be out. No, no.
A last burst of adrenaline from Toothless Nico Bell. Back to his feet, breaking free of the sleeper with the help of the corner.
What ring awareness from Nico Bell.
Bell driving his own body between the turnbuckle pads and smashing Kian Devin face first into the top turnbuckle.
Nico's gasping, grasping at his throat. Oh!
Devin dumped over the top rope. He's clutching on.
Skin the cat! Set over again!
If the first one didn't connect, the second one certainly did. And now Nico Bell's not done!
Oh my goodness!
Vaulting body press from the top to the outside. You heard it as clear as we did. I'm gonna kick his teeth in.
Here we go, Nico Bell's feeling it.
Devin dazed after that body press on the outside. Turns around and eats a toothpick. Cover.
It's your winner, Toothless Nico
Marvelous. Guys, come on. You think I just went to school yesterday? I went to school the day before. Alright. Now it's time for our main event. So, the following contest is a tag team match. And the final for the NJPW Tamashii Tag Team Championships is a one fall with a 60-minute time limit. And your referee in charge, Lloyd Morgan.
contest will decide who our inaugural New Japan Tamashii Tag Team Champions will be. Introducing first, in the blue corner, the team of Yuto Nakashima and Oscar Loiba, the Young Blood! And their opponents in the red corner, the team of Pretty Richie!
In December 1985, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships were introduced to New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships would follow in 1998. North America had their turn when the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships were introduced in 2022. And now, tonight, July the 4th, 2025, it is time for Tamashii to take center stage. The ruthless Youngblood, the ultra-popular Pretty Boys, to determine the first ever New Japan Tamashii Tag Team Championships. It's time for our main event. Here we go!
And David, we saw already the two teams' different approaches to this tag team matchup. When Youngblood came out, they grabbed those titles, they gyrated with them, they treated them like they were already belonging to Youngblood. With the Pretty Boys, they came out, they didn't even look in the direction of the belts. They do not feel like they are yet ready to hold or even touch or acknowledge them at this stage. Two very different approaches, and we're going to see how that combusts right here in our main event here at Cold War.
Lloyd Morgan will have his hands full in this one. The stakes have never been higher for either of these two teams. Both qualifying earlier in the night. Have had a little over an hour to get back to the locker room, to rest, to recover, to re-strategize, and now we are here. Our main event, championships on the line. One team will go down in the history books, the other will go home heartbroken. Who's it gonna be as the bigger men of each team collide in the middle of the ring? The massive German Oscar Loiba throwing down with Pretty Rich.
You've got one team who believes the belts should already be theirs. We saw with that video package before the match for the Pretty Boys, this isn't just another day in the office. This is personal. This is blood, sweat and tears over years and years and years to get to this point to win those championships.
Everything they have worked for, and Margaret has seen them every step of the way. If you have not been in the building, it is too difficult to describe the sheer elation, the joy on the faces of this audience when the Pretty Boys make their way to the ring. Everybody in the building would love to see Pretty Rich and Magic Mark go home with the tag team titles as they look to do it here.
There's such a strong energy in this building, David. People know that what they're about to witness will go down in the history books. No team showing any kind of dominance early on. It's been a very back and forth matchup. Which team will shift the wind in their direction, so to say?
Relatively even thus far in the early going, and it speaks to the fact that both of these teams who have made it to the finals were able to get through the semis. Relatively unscathed, but Magic Mark on the worst end here of a double team assault. Lloyd Morgan doing his best to get Pretty Rich out of the ring. Rich.
This is exactly what Youngblood need to do. They need to wear down their larger, heavier opponents like this. They need to split the ring in half and take ownership of that squared circle.
Mark in trouble here, gets the shoulder up. but looking worse for wear after having the boots put to him, courtesy of Youngblood. It's a strategy that's worked for them time and time again. They remain unbeaten since their return to New Zealand, and if they can go undefeated once more tonight, they will be taking those tag team championships back to Germany, back to Japan.
The winners of this match will propel themselves into the history books. What will this do for their careers? They will make a name on themselves on a global scale. Being the inaugural New Japan Tamashii Tag Team Champions, that's something you can hang your head on.
And again, double team offense from Youngblood, making the most of the discretionary 5 count between tags.
And referee Lloyd Morgan's going to let this one breathe for a little bit. He knows what's on the line. He's going to let both of these teams simmer. Might be a little lenient with some of these counts because he knows the result needs to be final for this match.
And again, Youngblood with the misdirection. Loiba took his shirt off, and now Nakashima is using it to strangle Magic Mark.
This is textbook Youngblood. This is what they are famous for. This is what makes them so successful. By any means necessary, David Dunn. And that's what Youngblood are trying to achieve.
1 second away from achieving it right then and there. Point of the heel finds its mark in the lower back of Magic Mark. Nakashima raining down strikes. Mark has not left his knees, unable to get back to his feet.
These are hard shots. These have got to be affecting the liver area of Mark. This is going to make it so much more difficult for the big man to get his breath back and get his tag team partner in.
Only 5 minutes elapsed in this matchup, but it must feel like a lifetime for Mark.
The pretty boys, they're all about their power. They love their strength. Very rarely have they come across someone like Oscar here who can match that strength. How are they going to be able to overcome Youngblood if Mark can't even lift somebody up? They're working on his back perfectly right now.
And Nakashima knocking Pretty Rich from the apron to the floor. Magic Mark nowhere near making a tag, but a preventative measure all the same for the Youngblood side. Meanwhile, the camel clutch is applied. Mark may be fading, he may be out here. The arms dropped. Lloyd Morgan calls it off. Magic Mark.
He's feeding off this crowd right here at Monday.
Fights his way back to his feet with a last burst of adrenaline. Margaret rallying behind him. Magic Mark breaks free. Shocks to the midsection. Desperately hitting anything that moves. Oh. But there's the power on display of Loiba.
Oscar's such an impressive figure. Nearly 7 feet tall. We saw when they came into the ring for the entrance, he stepped over the top rope. Who steps over the top rope in the New Japan ring?
They are few and far between. Loiba, a very physically intimidating sight to see, and Magic Mark finding that out firsthand right now. Of course, these teams very familiar to one another. They have clashed on and off over the years as part of the Fale Dojo, the New Japan New Zealand Dojo in singles and in tag team action, but the stakes have never been as high as this. It has never mattered as much as it does in this moment. Desperation from Magic Mark, putting that head to good use. Both men are down. Is this the moment? Can Mark make his way to the corner? Make the tag to Pretty Rich.
Come on, Mark. Crawl there, mate. Rich has got his arms stretched. Mark is just millimeters away. Stretch out.
There's a tag. In comes Pretty Rich. Mark and they come to their feet.
Scares off Yuto. He has Oscar all to himself now.
Both men with the same idea on those clotheslines. And again,
look at the impact of Oscar's head just snapping back.
The impact of those knife-edge chops echoing throughout the Marketing Arts Centre. And now Liger raining down a forearm shot from nearly 7 foot in the air. Nakashima enters the ring illegally.
Oh no.
And Nico maybe having second thoughts. He just got dropped by Pretty Rich.
What a shot from Pretty Rich.
Now Richie stacking both of the young blood in the corner.
Oh my goodness.
One man Oreo splash.
Mangane has become unglued. What a splash. This could be it. Oh my goodness.
1 second away from becoming the first ever Tamashii Tag Team Champions. Oscar Liger kicks out of the splash.
History is right around the corner, David Dunn. Who will be the one to open that door to glory and championships?
These Mangane fans desperately want for it to be the Pretty Boys.
There's such a tense energy in this room, David. It's so insane. I've been around this business for 12 years now. I've not felt energy like this in a single room.
And look at the energy being expended here. Pretty Rich desperately trying for the power slam, and Liger clubbing him down to the mat, hitting and stomping.
Oh my goodness!
Massive leg drop and into the cover here. Rich is in trouble. Rich is in no. He gets the shoulder up. Pretty Boy still in this one.
Yuto's still nowhere to be seen. Mark is on the outside, trying to get Richie back into this matchup.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oscar's calling for something. What's the big man got up his sleeve? Oh, no, he can't do this.
Mighty ambitious here from Liger.
Very ambitious. He's a strong man. Oh, my goodness. Nope. Turnabout is fair play.
That's how it's done. Pretty Richie with the power slam in the middle of the ring.
Rich has got to get his arm over. He's got to pull him into a cover or make a tag.
Mangane showing their appreciation as Pretty Rich inches closer and closer.
Here comes Tohi. Here comes Yoto.
For an exchange from Tohi and Nakashima.
There is no love lost in that ring. This is why we say Tamashii is where strong style of Japan meets the fighting spirit of the South Pacific. That is it right there in the ring, David Dunn. Oh! Leg sweep! Oh!
Evasive maneuvers from Magic Mark, 1 second away from taking over the tag team titles.
What's it gonna take to declare our winner in this matchup? Oh yeah!
Nakashima, he's raking and biting, bending every rule.
He's doing everything in his power to keep his team in the matchup, and why wouldn't you, David Dunn? Glory is on the line here.
Roundhouse kick finds its mark, ricocheting across the chest of Magic Mark, backing him into the corner. No respite, nowhere to go. Disrespect from Nakashima as he drops Mark with the roundhouse again.
Yuto's always just so calm and collected. What a knee shot.
Is it enough? Is Mark out? No! Magic Mark for the Pretty Boys kicks out after that knee shot. The shoulders off the canvas. The matchup continues.
Yuto would love to take these belts back home to Japan with some gold around his waist.
Can you imagine the bragging rights to be turned away from the New Japan Dojo 3 times and then become the first 1 second away from doing so to become the first Tamashii Tag Team Champions.
What a story that would be. There's an energy in the air here. There's every chance that might happen.
And there's a knee strike coming. No!
Oh! Mark's caught him! Oh no!
Super kick finds its target. And Liger saving his partner from the Samoan drop. Big boot follows up.
Can Oscar get the big man up? He's got him up with ease!
Tag team combination. Magic Mark is down. No!
Mark! Magic Mark gets the shoulder up. Oscar's got the sleeper applied.
That was Youngblood's best shot, and Magic Mark just kicked out. But for how much longer can he stay in this matchup? Pretty Rich being drained in the sleeper. Nakashima kicking for goal.
With some follow through. Referee Lloyd's not even going to bother trying to get Oscar and Rich out of the ring here. Rich just gets there!
A mass of humanity crashing down to break up the pin. What a desperate situation for the Pretty Boys.
How much humanity just fell upon Yuto and Mark there. Oh! Oscar's trying to get Rich up. Oh! Precarious position indeed.
And this is a situation where Liger's massive frame may have worked against him. Youngblood colliding with one another. There's a spear!
Oh, we saw this earlier, David Dunn.
Nakashima all alone, nowhere to go!
Oh, no!
Nakashima avoids the impact. The Pretty Boys collide with one another.
Where is Yuto finding this from?
Off the middle rope to take down Pretty Rich. Right now, all the momentum on the side of Yuto Nakashima. Palm strike from Magic Mark and another, followed by forearms.
Big palm strikes. Forearm miss. Yuto returns in kind.
Dropped him with that one. And Nakashima not done. Lining up yet another devastating strike. The educated hands and feet of Yuto Nakashima have found their mark tonight. But will they spell the end for Mark Tui?
He's got him up! Samoan drop!
Got him up and puts him down.
Cover! Three! Is that two? Two!
2.5.
Referee Lloyd was that two!
2.9. Either way, it was not 3. But now, the Pretty Boys in position. Margaret calling for it.
Oreo! High and low! History!
History has been made in Margaret. An emotional moment for the pretty boys. They embrace in the middle of the ring. Your winners tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our Ungrateful Tamashii Tag Team titles is our sponsor. Fale, the representative, free life, Tohi, and long-standing Ungratefuls.
Blood, sweat, tears, preservation, dedication, all cultivates in this one moment.
What a moment, what a visual. The pretty boys debut the first Tamashii Tag Team Champions. And wait a minute here, Youngblood are back in the ring.
Youngblood tasting defeat for the first time on New Zealand soil. It's got to be bittersweet, but they were more than game. They were more than capable of challenging for these belts. They are more than worthy of being in this match.
Something tells me we may see a rematch somewhere down the line. But now Magic Mark returning to the ring, having celebrated at ringside with his family. An emotional moment all around for all four of these men. And Oscar Loiber calling for a microphone.
For years, we too have known you, and we see your progress. We might have not been there the whole time, but you kept it up here in New Zealand. You grew the scene, you became better. You met New Japan Tamashii, the whole thing. Before that, you started a small dojo. This moment is your guys' moment. You are from now on the gatekeepers of New Zealand Tag Team Wrestling and New Zealand Wrestling. So make the fighters count and go to see more. Good luck, boys.
Beautiful showing of sportsmanship. That is what it's all about. The fighting spirit of New Japan Tamashii on show tonight. And now we're going to hear from our brand new champions.
We end of the night. I just want to give all glory and praises to God for keeping us safe. When I originally first did this, I did it because I wanted to be famous. I did it because I wanted the money. But as time went by, I had kids. In a big way. Now, every match that I do, every time I get into this ring, I don't fight for myself anymore. I do this for my kids. I do it to show them that you can put your mind, you can do anything if you put your mind to it and if you believe it. Don't let anybody put you down. Don't let anyone tell you that you're useless. This one is for you, my two beautiful kids. I love you. Last but not least, I just want to thank everyone out here, but most importantly, I want to thank my beautiful wife. Not many women can stand with all the rubbish that I put her through, coming here and basically putting my body on the line, not knowing if I'm going to come back home after these matches. But God willing, we always put our faith in God, and I always return back home. I love you all.
I'm going to keep this short and brief before I cry anymore. And if you notice, I got quite the shine on my face. Oh, my face is fat anyways. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I honestly do. I know there's a few people. I know a couple of my close friends and family, you know, they haven't gone through the best. You know, it's been a hard time for them lately. And I think the message I just want to send to everyone in this crowd tonight is I hope you guys enjoyed the company you guys came along with. As much as the talent here do what they love to do for you guys, I hope you guys enjoy each other's company just as much. Look at the person next to you, your friend, your family, your parents, your kids. Look at them and tell them you love them, man, because you just never know. Even if you're with someone you're not supposed to be here with, I really don't see you. But man, honestly, just like, tell your family, tell your parents, tell your kids you love them so much, man. Enjoy each other's company because you just never know. You never know what tomorrow brings. Or, you know, you never know if you'll see tomorrow. So just cherish these special moments, man. I want to thank my family for coming out here. And I know it's been a long journey, man. And I told them from here again, this is going to be a long ass journey. But I'm so blessed and grateful that they stuck through it. And they kept their faith in me and they love me no matter what. So, thank you guys for coming tonight. Hope you guys get home safely. Straight home, not smack home on the weekend, please.
Just one last thing before we finish. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for one individual who came here to this country and gave us this opportunity. So Uzo, I know you're going through a hard time right now because you just lost your brother. But know that we love you. And we just want to say thank you for everything, Uzo. Thank you, Fale. Wherever you are, understood. Thank you for believing in us and giving us this platform to do what we love to do. Much love to you also. Always happy till the wheels fall off.
Well, fitting in to our night here, David Dunn, New Japan Tamashii Tag Team Champions crowned. What a night of action.
The pretty boys looking that much more pretty with the ultimate of championship accolades. They have risen to the top of the mountain here in Tamashii. They are your first ever tag team champions. Cam Corbin, it's been an incredible night of action. We are wrapping things up here. Thank you everybody for joining us wherever you are in the world. Good night everybody from Mangere.